Hey everyone, John Gonzalez here from MLive.com and Michigan's Best. And today, Amy Sherman, we're talking fish fries.
We sure are. We're in the middle of our search for Michigan's best fish fry, and we've been getting some great stories from all over the state about places that are doing amazing things this year as they transform and change to really turn into more of a takeout situation for a lot of these places. Right now, we've got somebody who's been in the fish fry business for about 15 years. We've got Bob Phipps with us from St. Mary's in Pinckney. Bob, welcome to Michigan's Best.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate being here. Thank you very much for inviting us. It means a lot. Thank you very, very much.
Well, you guys have been doing a fish fry there with the St. Mary's Men's Club, I think for close to 25 years, and you've been involved with it like most of the time, it seems like. Tell us the history of St. Mary's and the fish fry.
Well, actually, the fish fries have been going on since St. Mary's had a prior site to where we are right now. So it's been going on since, probably since the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh,
So
wow.
the recipes that we use were tried and true, handed down to us over generations. So it's we try to stick to them, make some modifications as we go along, like everybody does, and we try to stick to our roots as best as we can. So we can work from having a more of a smaller type setting where we would serve maybe 50 to 100 dinners to now typical dinner for us. We try to do at least like 500 in that neighborhood now, so it's a little bit different. It's more. We've had some chefs get involved with helping us, which I think makes a big difference. This year's obviously unique because of the circumstances that have been presented to us, but trying to make the best situation.
Bob, I know we want to talk about kind of how this year is different, but before we get there, can you tell us why you and your wife Kathy got involved with the fish fries? What is it that you loved about when you first started doing it, and through the years, and what you kept at it as a volunteer? It's a lot of work.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. We own the pharmacy here in town, and we had several of them in this area. So to be honest with you, it was really kind of a nice way to stay connected with people in the community. And a lot of people used to work for me, or a lot of customers I had and patients that we had. And it was actually kind of nice. I'd kind of retired and I needed something, full time to get involved with. And this was a great and very rewarding thing to get involved with, because the people here are tremendous. And I'm not just saying it because they're standing behind me, but they really are great people, and they're fun, they're energetic, and it's how you stay connected with people. So you have to stay connected, and you have to stay involved, period.
We're going to talk to Chef Amy Berry in a little bit about what sets your fish fry apart culinarily. But Bob, one of the things that's interesting to me is that you're a pharmacist down in Pinckney, and you've been instrumental in working with the health department in getting the vaccine out for some of your residents there and stuff like that. And just talking with you about how you went from 100 dishes of fish a night to 500, how are you using your fish fry experience to get the vaccine out to the people of Pinckney?
As people come through, it's funny because the ones that recognize me, they'll ask, should I get the vaccine? Yes. So it would, what's involved with stuff. Sometimes we'll have a little minor conversations with this stuff, which I think is interesting, but I'm flattered that they'd ask me, any type of thing whatsoever. But it's the same type of principle we're trying to use this year, is to try to get people moving through. And to be honest with you, this is completely different than what we're used to. In our previous years, I'm not getting too far ahead, is that this was actually one of the largest social events our area would have every year. And that's true. We had 6 dinners every year. And you can imagine our building is pretty good size, but this place would be absolutely crammed full of people. And I mean, within reason, of course. And we had areas outside that we would have tables set up and lines that would form. But people use this as a very heavy it's a big social event. So we kind of utilized some of those principles as they were setting up for the vaccinations. It was kind of funny because, I said, that's a good idea. We stole some of their ideas coming back on how to get people moving through. And that's kind of what we're learning on the fly a little bit here. Again, we're used to having more of a social setting here along with our great dinners, and they really are good, is that we're used to having that social interaction with it, but now we have to morph into trying to move it more as a takeout only situation. So it makes it a little bit more, it's unique for us. It's challenging for us and something we haven't done before. But so we're kind of learning as, we try this. I figure by dinner number 6, we should be pretty good at it, but so we keep, it's been different. I don't know if you know the full history of these dinners and how we did stuff, but the school every year has an auction, and they use the funds from that auction to help with the scholarship program that they've had for years, and it helps with the students be able to afford the tuition to go to a private Catholic school. So it's big time stuff, and I had the privilege of knowing the family that started it all back in the day, and it's been an ongoing thing. And anyway, the principal here, Veronica, who is just a saint, she contacted me back in December and said, "Here's the problem. We can't have an auction this year. It's not feasible because we can't put people." At the time, you couldn't put the usual 200 to 300 people in a room, and you still can't. So we need to be able to fund this particular scholarship program. And they did not have anything set up. She said, "How about the men's club?" We've been doing this for a number of years, because at the time we were not sure if we really wanted to do it. I mean, for one thing, a lot of the members of the men's club, they're in, 75 and plus in age. So it isn't really very fair to put these people in harm's way, if you will, at the time. And we had to make the decision to do this back in December, the end of December, January. Of course, you got holidays going on, everything else. So Veronica said, "Would you be willing to perhaps maybe work with the school parents here?" And I said, "Oh, well, what do you think?" And she's thinking maybe we'd split it. I said, "Well, how about maybe you just take it all, and we'll do it, and we'll come in and help, and we'll get as many of the men's club members that will help as possible." So now I have mostly the parents of the students here. People are more energetic than I wish I'd ever had been. I wish they've been incredible. They've been everything that we need to have them do. They do it times 10. It's been amazing marriage, and it's kind of energizing. When you get to work with people you like, and you get to work with people with energy, get the people that give you feedback. People, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? And you're getting that constantly. It doesn't work. It's been fun, and so that's what it's morphed to. So it's way different than us. But again, we're learning. We changed things up from a social event to a takeout only event. So it's been it's been challenging, I'll be honest with you, but we're learning. And like I said, we're getting better at each week, and this week will be better than last week, and next week will be better than this week. And that's the way I kind of look at it. So it's been great. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And I can't say that enough. These people are amazing. So they put up with me even better.
That's so great to hear. It sounds like something that could have maybe turned out to be a really hard thing has actually maybe gotten a little new life to it by some of your new.
I agree with 100%.
Volunteers.
Right on the head. Yes.
Well, on that note, Bob, why don't we bring in your new chef, Chef Amy, who's also the chef of the school.
She's amazing. She's a machine. Yeah, she knows what she's doing, and it's just a pleasure to work with her. Her and her husband, that's what it's all about.
Well, welcome, Chef Amy. And you're also the chef of the school, is that correct? Of the cafeteria at the school, and then they tapped you to start to run these fish fries, correct?
That is correct.
So was this this was obviously a new challenge, but was this something that you felt comfortable with, or was it something you were like, "Oh no, I've got to figure out how to do this"?
No, actually, I felt quite comfortable. Obviously, with Bob and Kathy, who have been here for so long, they've made it actually easier for me stepping in, who has done this out in industry. So there's been some tweaking we've had to do, but there's some great minds working together. So we're putting on a good meal.
Well, I think it's interesting because I've been involved with fish fries my whole life. And I know the difference between the school staff and volunteers, and everyone does things a little differently, and there's some politics involved.
I would like to say I agree, but I don't know if it's just the personalities we got going on, but it's been great. They're good listeners, especially that, we've got basically a new crew in here that we've had to work with to get them up to speed to, prove that we're efficient. We can do this. We can, changing from inside dining to drive-through. Everybody has stepped up without knowledge and kept that open ear, was willing to learn. And really it's made things much easier on me, Bob and Kathy.
So Chef Amy, what can people expect if they come to the fish fry at St. Mary's in Pinckney?
They can expect a wonderful meal. I've had tons of fish fries I've cooked them. This is honestly, this is a handed down recipe with our battered fish that it'll knock your socks off. Um, it You don't have to dig for your fish. It's light. It's wonderful. Easy to make.
Which is good for you, chef. What comes in a meal? What do you get? What kind of fish are you using, and what comes in a meal?
Okay, so we use pollock for our deep fried battered fish. And then we are also offering a baked cod, and there's generous sized pieces in that. French fries, your typical fish fry. So there's fries, coleslaw, we got mac and cheese. We do a lot of grooming for our community, and we look out for the needs that are around us, like gluten free. Our glutton is 100% gluten free, and you would never know it. So we, between that and trying to find perfect containers, to make sure that we're from the kitchen out to the car, everything is 100% quality and efficiently served.
What about the desserts? Because I'm a dessert guy and I love the cakes and all the goodies.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of it. With obviously with COVID, and what I've been here 2 years, and I seen the spread that they used to have compared to us having to scale down. But I'll tell you what, we're serving a snickerdoodle bar that'll just kind of blow you away. It's simple, but it's just enough to kind of cleanse the palate and say, boy, that was a wonderful meal that we just had. So
How many volunteers do you have? How many people does it take to put on this drive-through, this drive-by, drive-through fish fry?
well, besides the adults, we have our 7th and 8th grade, well, actually 5th grade and up, where we involve our kids. And they're pretty much running the outdoor service, going up to cars, delivering their food, having that aspect of interaction with the customers in the community. Our kitchen, I've never seen a kitchen staffed with so many volunteers. 20 plus people just coming together to pull this off. And, starting from Wednesday through Sunday, there's been no shortage.
There's not much that's more exciting than a school kitchen on a fish fry Friday, at least from what I've experienced. It's such a great energy, and the camaraderie is so amazing to see.
It is. I've spent some years out there, downtown working as a professional chef, and, you find it fulfilling. But there's something real special about being able to volunteer your time and give back that, to me, it rubs that little extra special.
Well, I think the first graders and second graders are slacking, so you better get them involved.
I think so. I think I have to talk to Bob and Kathy. Maybe we can find some tours or some little side jobs to do,
Mm-hmm.
So
Start training them young. That's the whole goal.
exactly.
I love it. Well, Chef Amy Berry from St. Mary's in Pinckney, we have to thank you and Bob Phipps so much for joining us here at Michigan's Best, and we wish you the very best of luck during this fish fry season.
Thank you so very much for having us. Come on down. Come check us out. You won't be disappointed.